It's becoming impossible to deny. Prince William is no longer playing the role of the patient, forgiving older brother. Behind the gilded palace doors, away from the flashing cameras and polite public smiles, something far more serious is taking place. A storm has been building quietly within the royal family, and its target is none other than Prince Harry. The days of olive branches are behind them. Those subtle statements filled with hope? Gone. The gentle palace spin suggesting reconciliation? That's over too. What's left is a very different William, one with a clear long-term vision for the monarchy. And in that future, Harry simply doesn't fit. But this break isn't just about a Netflix series, a book, or a few controversial interviews. No, the fracture is deeper, older, and far more personal. To understand why William has hardened so completely, we have to rewind all the way back to the moment Meghan Markle first stepped into the royal spotlight. The world remembers that wedding day. The buildup was enormous, a fairy tale moment that promised a fresh, modern twist to centuries of royal tradition. Millions tuned in, clapping, cheering, and celebrating an American actress marrying into Britain's most exclusive family. For many, it felt like a breakthrough, proof that the monarchy could evolve with the times. But hidden among the pageantry was a single moment almost invisible to the cheering crowds, yet glaringly obvious to those who knew the rules of the game. As Meghan and Harry walked past the Queen, they did not stop. No bow, no curtsy, nothing. For most people, it looked like a tiny detail, easy to miss, easy to dismiss. But inside the palace, it was a thunderclap. Because in the world of royalty, tradition is not decoration. It is the backbone of everything. And showing respect to the Queen, especially on your wedding day, isn't optional. It is the ultimate symbol of understanding, the unspoken promise that says, I know what I'm stepping into, and I accept it. Meghan skipped it, and palace insiders insist it wasn't a nervous mistake. Every second of that ceremony had been rehearsed, like lines in a script. Every pause, every gesture had been walked through carefully. That respectful moment of acknowledgement was written into the choreography, and yet Meghan brushed past it. Some observers tried to excuse it. Maybe it was nerves. Maybe she forgot. But not everyone was so forgiving. According to insiders, William saw it very differently. To him, that moment revealed everything. Meghan had no intention of following the rules from day one. And if she couldn't honor the Queen in front of the entire world, what else might she reject behind the scenes? That one skipped curtsy became the first domino in a chain reaction. William didn't just lose trust in Meghan that day. He lost trust in Harry too, because Harry stood silently at her side. He didn't stop her. He didn't correct her. And for William, that silence spoke volumes. From then on, the seeds of doubt had been planted. Every choice the couple made afterward only seemed to confirm William's fears. The move to California, the multi-million-dollar media deals, the Oprah interview, the memoir Spare. To outsiders, each step was just another chapter in the Harry and Meghan story. But to William, each step was evidence, proof that his brother and sister-in-law had abandoned their duty for independence. By the time the dust settled, William was convinced. Harry and Meghan were no longer part of the monarchy. They had declared their own independence, and there was no path back. Now, in the present day, reconciliation seems almost impossible. Reports swirl that Harry is trying to mend fences, especially with his father, King Charles. But William isn't buying it. Far from it. Behind the scenes, he's said to be pushing for something much more drastic, a complete restructuring of the monarchy that writes Harry out of the institution entirely. Sources describe an upcoming private royal gathering. The location? A secluded estate. The guest list? Only the most senior royals. King Charles, Queen Camilla, William, and Catherine. No media, no aides, no distractions. The agenda? Not family holidays, not summer retreats, but decisions that could reshape the monarchy forever. And the name at the center of that discussion is Harry. William's stance is firm. He doesn't want half measures. No blurred boundaries, no unofficial roles. His goal is clear, a clean break. Strip titles, cut privileges, close doors, permanently. Because in William's mind, Harry isn't just Harry anymore. He's a package deal. And that package includes Meghan, their children, and a lifestyle that directly conflicts with the crown. To William, this isn't just a family feud. It's a threat, a reputational risk, even a security concern. He sees Meghan not as a misunderstood newcomer, but as someone who deliberately rejected royal tradition, then turned her personal story into a weapon for attention and profit. From the secretive handling of her wedding dress, which even Queen Elizabeth was never allowed to see beforehand, to the interviews, documentaries, and tell-all books, Meghan has consistently broken protocol. And in William's view, Harry let it all happen. For William, this isn't about forgiveness. It's about patterns. Repeated choices that put the spotlight above silence, drama above duty, and personal narrative above family unity. That's why he believes bringing Harry back in, even partway, is too dangerous. Because Meghan's influence would return with him, and that is a risk the monarchy simply cannot afford. Behind closed doors, options are on the table that would have once been unthinkable, including removing Harry and Meghan's royal titles entirely, even considering whether their children's HRH statuses should remain. To outsiders, such measures might look cruel or vengeful. But within the palace, it's being framed as necessary, a hard reset to protect the institution's future. And yet, not everyone agrees completely. Catherine, always the calm voice of balance, supports William, but with reservations. Her instincts lean softer. She has long been the peacemaker, quietly trying to keep the family threads from snapping altogether. According to insiders, she fears that cutting Harry off permanently may create regrets that cannot be undone. Once titles are stripped and doors are locked, there is no turning back. Catherine reportedly worries about what that might mean for William and Harry's bond, for the children caught in the middle, and for the monarchy's public image. Meanwhile, Harry appears caught in his own storm of regret and desperation. He has a trip to London planned for the Well Child Awards on September 8th. Insiders say he's eager, perhaps even desperate, to secure time with King Charles during his visit. But the palace schedule is tight, and some whisper that the lack of availability isn't accidental. It's strategic, because for the royals, every meeting with Harry now carries risks. Not because of what he might say in private, but because of what could surface later. They've learned the hard way that every conversation, every look, every side comment can find its way into a headline, a documentary, or even another book. Trust has evaporated. Until it's restored, if it ever is, no one wants to hand Harry a new narrative. And yet, beneath all of this strategy and suspicion, the emotional weight is impossible to ignore. Catherine has seen William harden over the years. She respects his conviction, but fears what it's doing to him and what it will mean for the brothers decades from now. She worries that William might regret slamming the door completely. And she fears Harry, too, may live with deep regret as his children grow up distant from their cousins, disconnected from traditions, and entirely removed from the royal rhythm of life. For Harry, that realization may already be hitting. Sources say he's becoming more aware of just how isolated his children are from the family he once knew so well. No family gatherings, no cousins, no royal events. The very traditions that shaped his childhood are absent from theirs, and it weighs on him. Whether that drives him toward reconciliation or fuels more frustration remains to be seen. As for King Charles, he stands in the middle of an impossible balancing act. On one side, the duty to protect and modernize the monarchy. On the other, the pull of family bonds. But in the end, most believe he will defer to William. Charles knows that the crown's future rests with his heir, and if William believes the monarchy cannot survive with Harry in the fold, then that may well be the course the king allows. At the very core of all this lies one brutal truth. Accepting Harry means accepting everything he brings with him. A wife who defied tradition. A marriage that rattled the monarchy's foundations. And a trail of public criticism that can never be erased. For William, this isn't personal, it's structural. He isn't just protecting today's monarchy, he's shaping it for the next generation. And in his vision, there is no room for uncertainty, starting with Harry.